All right, today's another big step in my car guy evolutionary journey, right? We've got hose reels, both power, so I'm going to take you through what these are and how to install them, how they work, and air, right? So I've got various air hoses to use with the Jenny compressor. So I've got another buddy who's an electrician coming. We're also going to be working on today, which will be in a separate video, working on the plumbing for the custom install solution, so I can finalize all of the piping stuff and hopefully be able to offer that. But today's focus, this video, is going to be on hose reels. So they ship like this. So this particle board, essentially what happens, it comes in, in a box that's built to fit, and then the particle board sits in the bottom, so they stay pretty stable, and they pack some stuff around them, so that way they get here in one piece. So let's work on the power cord reels and get them off of here and take a closer look at them, try to get you a little better view. So I wanted to test some different reels, some different types. They make some really big versions if you need a longer power cord, but I think 50 feet is going to be more than sufficient. My ceiling height is 15. All right, so these two are standard. I think these are PC13s. So this is the 13 series from Cox. And if you haven't heard the story, if you're just coming to my channel for the first time, or you hadn't followed along with my discussion about Cox hose reels, I was at SEMA last year in 2017, November 2017, and I was looking for a hose reel option, not just the the normal run-of-the-mill hose reel. I wanted best of the best in class. And so I was walking around talking to different companies, and the general consensus was you need to go look at Cox hose reels. So I actually left the SEMA show and went over to the Apex show, which is the industry-specific show, which is, these guys probably don't give a crap about us. At least they don't yet, until we start buying them like crazy. Because these are, look at this thing. I mean, these are industrial grade, super high end, high quality. Now they're very expensive. We'll go into costs and things on these in the future. The reason why we're going to do it in the future is I don't remember what they cost. But these were in the, these reels are, let's say they're more than the $300 to $600 range, depending on which reel we end up with. Whether it's power or air or special spring, and I'll be talking about all that stuff. So anyway, I was looking at all the different companies I'm familiar with. Reelcraft, Rapid Reel. I'd never heard of this company. I went over and I found their tiny little booth, and their new national sales manager, who was he just started, so he was literally started like a month before, so kind of got thrown to the wolves. And so here I come, and all I had to do was pull the hose out and let it retract, and I was in love immediately. Not just because it's blue, this is their standard color, but we can work out the particulars on why these are better here as we go along. All right, so we're working out particulars to get the power cords run. So what my intention here in the garage is to have, I'm going to have two power cords, one in each corner up front, one in each corner in the back of the lift. So when I'm polishing, or if I'm doing a demo or something like that, or we're doing some trainings here, I have plenty of capability to plug in whatever I need to. And so I'm testing. I bought one of each type, so this is we'll see how this works. But I'm doing a 4 outlet box. And then I've got a single, outlet, single 20 amp. Now, these are the 20 amp versions, so heavier duty cords. And then these are what Cox refers to as easy coil. And so the nice thing about that, the way the spring is loaded, is when you release, so when you release the latch, you let go, it not slowly, but it controlledly pulls it up back into the reel, so I don't have to deal with just having to hold on to it all the way up. So both our air and our power work. So what I'm going to do, which I think will be sufficient, is I'm going to do a dedicated 20 amp to the two reels in the front, and a separate dedicated circuit, 20 amp circuit to the two in the rear. I don't have the rear ones yet. I wanted to get these up, test them. make sure the lengths were good. You know, we should be able to, even if I had 4 polishers going, I don't know the exact draw. I'm sure someone will make it in the comments here, but I don't know the exact draw from the Rupes, but we should be good. So we're going to put these up, and right next to it is where we're going to put the Easy Coil air hose reels from Cox. So these are a special model number. These are called CCR 1001. I had specially made. The spring is done a little differently for the heft of the distance I'm going to be pulling, because I'm over 15 feet. You know, if you're below 12 feet, we can do a standard reel, a PLP 350. I'm going to be offering the OG custom spring version, we'll call it, versus the regular version. I'm going to test. This is a flex draw hose that they include. I'm going to test it and see how it goes. I'd really like to put the green or the red Prevost hose in these. I think that we'll see. I'll test it. I don't want to get ahead of myself. It will add a significant cost. Shoot, if we do the green hose to these, it'll be like another $150. So we'll see. I'm going to be putting swiveling couplers on the end of this, so we'll play with how all that works. But you know, it's funny. You look online and like maybe it's just so simple, but I think there needs to be videos that show you how to install these things. And so one of my buddies is here to help me do this. He's an electrician and a licensed contractor, and so we're going to shore this up and make sure that we are mounted stably, because these reels weigh, it probably weighs about 60 pounds, 50 pounds up there. So anyway, I'm excited to get these up. I'm also going to be mounting one of the Prevost. This is a Prevost, I think this is the DMO. So this is the DMO hose reel. DMO 1015N. Much better coupling system termination on the end. So this swiveling left to right coupler. This is not the 360 swivel, which I'll ultimately be putting on the hose reels, but different type of hose. So we'll play with these different hose reels and see which one makes the most sense. They're similar in price, just a different design, different layout, the way that it works. So we're gonna mess with the 2 different types. I also over here have a DRFB, which is a slow retracting. This DMO is not a slow retracting hose reel. So I'm fortunate enough to have all these fancy hose reels to test. I mean, we got a lot of dollars worth of hose reels that hopefully I'll be able to save you some of the pain of having to figure this stuff out by doing it for you. And then I'll surely be offering it all in the OG store, so that you'll be able to just save yourself the pain and just buy it. So anyway, we're going to work on that today, and I'll be grabbing shots and taking pictures and stuff like that. So there's the Prevost Euro connection, Euro high flow. Here's our easy coil. Of course, we'll be mounting upside down, so.
Just leave that for right now. Let's get the whole drill.
So nice. And then our PC13s, but in the easy coil version as well. Just gotta be careful. You buy the standard version, they don't wind as nicely back in as these do. And then here's the single versus the quad. A lot going on at OGHQ today. There. Took out that monster tree. And they're grinding the stump. That's cool. Alright, so these are spring nuts that are designed for the unistrut. I don't know why I can never remember the name of that crap. So then, well, you just torque those down and it just pulls.
Yep, right in the groove. Just like that.
So we can line it. So on the unistrut, we can line it left or right wherever we want, as long as we set the gap. So we have the gap set 5 inches on center. So the first hose reel's going in. So we're using the spring nuts. And then, what are these? 5/16 hardware? 3/8. Alright, so there's our All right, so we picked our position. So now they'll know where to mount the electrical box. So it's as simple as get yourself some unistrut, get the spring nuts that come, that you can buy with the unistrut. Get some 3/8 inch, what are those, 3" by what, 1¼ inch? Mm-hmm. 1¼ inch bolts and nuts. Some heavy duty fender washers, and you're good. So you need washers only on the, you don't need washers on the top because that's where the spring nut goes. Yeah. So we have washers on the hose reel. So you don't think we'll need a tether on this at all? And these aren't going anywhere, right? No. Ceiling's got to come down first, right? All right, so here's the structure of how the reels look. And we need to get our power, our outlet set up, and then I'll make some whip hoses so we can connect them, and then we'll set the height of where the stop goes. Once you get the unistrut figured out, and you just put the spring nuts in, and man, really simple. So if you're going to mount these to a wall and you need to span some studs, even if you did have a stud where you wanted to locate it, I think you'd probably still want to mount it on some unistrut. You could paint this black, maybe even have it powder coated if you wanted to go really far. But the unistrut is what makes it simple to mount and then position wherever you need. So even though the distances, the horizontal distances of the holes, the mounting position are 3" versus 4" on the bigger hose reel, they're both 5 inches this way. One's 3 this way and the other's 4, where the other both 5 this way. So we're able to have one single strut and have them both in the same plane. And we toyed back and forth with which one should go on the outside, which one should go on the inside. And now after we're all said and done, because of where the cabinets are going to go, I almost wish I put the unistrut over so we centered it, but anyway, it works out. All right, so now I'm setting the height of how far these things drop down, and so we loosen up the 2 sets of screws, and then we set the stop up higher like so. Right, so now I'm going to hang it down at whatever height I want. All right, so here's how these barb fittings, ear clamps work. An ear clamp protector. So I'm about to go up top and connect our whip hose, and so I'm using the Surflex Prevost hose. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ear clamp, put this on. So this is the ear clamp protector, which makes it look really clean. And we're going to be 15 feet up in the air, so I don't know that it matters that much, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay, so we have the protector on. All right, and so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go torque the barb fitting down on the side of the hose reel. Right, so I'm going to take this, torque it, take my ear clamp, put it on. I'll push the barb fitting through, and then I take these ear clamp, whatever you call them, pliers, and you pinch the edge, and we torque it down. And then what we do is we'll pull it tight, right? So then this protector will you pull up and twist, and then it looks something like this. It looks like that, nice and clean. So I'm gonna go up top and make my connection. All right, so step 1 is putting this barb fitting on, tightening down, right? So that then we can take the end of the hose and attach the barb fitting, then take the other end of the hose and attach the valve. So I'm working on that. All right, so here's the end of the hose. Throw an ear clamp on there. I'm gonna fit this onto here. Right, so I'm going to push that on there, but I'm 12 feet up in the air, so I'm going to do it without showing you. All right, so now got our ear clamp in place, ear clamp crimpers, which I've showed you earlier. I'm going to take and I'm going to crimp this down. So we're nice and crimped. All right. So now I'm going to pull the ear clamp protector over top. All right, now that I'm up here, I'm going to bring this over to our valve. I've cut it. Pick the spot to cut. Just cutting it with a basic tool, razor blade, and then we'll put our ear clamp and everything on. But first, let's put our barb fitting over here in place. So we'll put our barb fitting on our hose, or on our piping, and then we'll bring the hose to the barb fitting, because obviously since this is fixed, I won't be able to turn this once it's on the hose. So we'll torque that before we attach the hose. All right, so we've made our whip, right? Connected, not too sharp, not too tight. So now I'm going to ear clamp that and then pull this over and we're done. All right, valve's open. I don't hear any leaks. So we are nice and clean. Of course, we set our height. So now everything's done. Awesome. All right, moment of truth. I don't hear any leaks. So here's what we got. Nice clean ear clamp. A little pigtail hose over to our valve. I'm probably gonna end up replacing the hose, but looks good. Got our stop set, height set, same thing with our power cord. And we're operational. Okay, hose reels are in. Man, what a process to get this all set up. I know it looks easy when you watch people in videos, and I'm sharing with you how it's not so easy to get this all done. But I have some time. I'm going to put some time in and play with these. I've got my swiveling coupler on the end. I'll probably end up upgrading the hose in the hose reels, but I want to play with it a little bit and make sure that it's worth the effort. Maybe the hoses are good enough. I'm going to test the difference between doing the big four outlet box versus the single outlet. See which one I prefer, and then once I figure that out, then we'll do the other two sets of hose reels. I'm also going to put the Prevost stuff up somewhere, so we'll be testing the different reels and different products. So the project of compressed air is nearing completion. I'm going to start working on building it out in the store so that you'll be able to buy this stuff, because it's been a process to figure this stuff out. Both compressors, I'll have a whole suite of Jenny compressors you'll be able to choose. The Air Rev air dryer, Cox hose reels, Prevost piping, Prevost hose reels if you prefer that. I'll be sure to be sharing all my thoughts and giving you updates on all of that. But I think this is going to look really cool. I can't wait to get the RS on the lift, have 4 reels hanging down from the ceiling, and having Lista cabinets in the background, or Sabre cabinets, or some form of Sonic cabinets. So I'm going to be spending some time here. Once I get this done, I get the Krenzla system is done. Now that those are done, now I can start to focus on building out the compressed air in the store, and then it's on to cabinets. So anyway, stay tuned for more cool stuff. OGHQ is going to be sick. What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor.